Alright everyone, welcome to round number 3, trying to get the W here. We wished we either had a 1-mana artifact or that Thriving Grubs was an artifact, but because none of that is true, we're just going to start off with a servo schematic here. It just lends to our deck very well, and not only does it mean that we're going to be able to play our Swireworks Brawler next turn, but it also means that we're going to be able to play a Thopterist or, something like that if we happen to draw it. Opponents seem to be on a similar deck. Glassblow's Cousinant is definitely a very reasonable 2-drop. Red, blue generally has some kind of energy sub-theme, although there are way less energy cards. There are way less energy, powerful energy enablers in Aether Revolt than there were in Kaladesh, so most people, I think, started drafting red-blue as an energy deck when it was really a artifact deck, but that being said, you can still draft it as an energy deck. Not a fantastic start here, servo schematic into Swireworks Brawler. That being said, the rest of our deck is enabled, but Hungry Flame's really putting a dampening on that. Yeah, and just the drawing lands part isn't going to be fantastic here, but we're gonna get some work in. We're gonna challenge our opponent at least. Alright, what can we do here to, what can we really draw here to make it a game? Obviously, Thopterist is a great draw, Bastion Inventor is a great draw, right? Another Shock or Chandra's Revolution could be good. The thing is that we are attacking for 4 next turn, but just like Revolutioning, attacking for 4, getting our opponent to 14, isn't really good enough, unless our opponent just doesn't play creatures. Look, I mean, they could not play creatures, have Hungry Flames plus Shock, and we're still pretty dead, so it's not saying a ton. Let's see where all these scries have been going. Bottom top. Okay, so looks like they should have a fair mix of things that they want to do. Really need to put the pressure on this turn. I mean, this is our turn. Let's draw a creature. Look, I mean, that's something to do, but it's not the best card. Would much rather have had a Hinterland Drake. Yeah. This is not the best spot in the world. That being said, our opponent's on a 3-turn clock, right? I mean, they're at 12, which is divisible by 4 3 times. They're at 12 because the shock puts them to 12. So they're on a 3-turn clock that I'm just not sure this is really going to get there. Huh. So this is actually interesting. We can just attack with Thriving Grubs. Alright, now we can Revolution this and their island. And then play a Brawler of our own, which this actually puts some pressure on pretty decently. They don't have no blue land. They can only cast red spells. They have a blue land. Never mind. Look, we still can't be a Bastion Inventor, but I mean, at least we're kind of on our way to putting some pressure on. Our opponent's at 11, which isn't a big deal, but if we get one more swing in here, right? If we get to attack with Brawler and Grubs next turn, or, and they happen to go to 5, all of a sudden we're in a pretty good spot. We have flooded a bit, right? 6 lands in a 15 land deck isn't the best. That being said, we have very good draws like Shrewd Negotiation and Chandra's Revolution still in our deck. Kind of be sad if they blocked here, shocked this, and were able to 2-for-1 us, but there's not a lot we can do in that spot. Ooh. Alright, that was not good on my part. Should have played the 2-1, of course. Yeah, Aether Super. Alright, so I should have another 2-1 attacking here, which is kind of bad, actually. Alright, so obviously attacking with our menace creature, they're going to sacrifice one of these, I would assume. Oh, I just got trade winds. Okay, well. All this. So the thing is that they're going to have to Aether Swoop in order to make artifacts. We should have gotten in for 2 there, by the way. We should not have skipped over our main phase 2, yeah. So they're going to have to do this in order to make creatures, but those creatures aren't going to be very powerful in relation to our board. Like, if all they're doing here is scrying 2, sacrificing scrying 2, and we get to attack for 7. Well, that's unfortunate. So how different would this game be if they were at 5? We'd be attacking for lethal here, yeah. Game would be very different. Alright, I mean the 2 Glassblower Puzzlenauts, the ability to just scry like that is definitely giving them the edge here. That being said, I don't think we're winning from 5 anyways. So maybe that Narniam Cobra doesn't matter, but still feels so bad. I'm assuming they're only doing this because they put on top, yeah. Treasure Keeper. Interesting. So, Narniam Cobra. I mean, now we have a scry machine, like, we can get back in the game here. Oh, can't attack with those. Look, I mean, I assume they're just blocking with Treasure Keeper and a Flyer, and I'm just going to kill the Treasure Keeper. But I don't know that for sure. Chief of the Foundry. Wow. 2 Thopterists, a Chief of the Foundry, Hungry Flames, yeah. Their deck is just like a much better, maybe not better, more powerful version of ours. The 2 Glassblowers Puzzlenauts are probably not as good as like our Servo Schematics and Cogwalkers Puzzlenauts and things like that, but I think they just have so much power. I mean, a Shrew Negotiation could really change the course of this game. Yeah. Taking that Chief of the Foundry would have really been a big deal, I think. Trading that for a Servo Schematic, pumping up all my guys. I really think that could have made a big difference here. Also, I don't know if Watchful Automaton should scry there, because, like, so my best 2 cards to draw, Chandra's Evolution and Shrew Negotiation, for either of those to be good, it's best that I have 4 or more mana available. So I didn't really want to use this on my upkeep, if that makes sense. Maybe it would have been better. Alright, we will scry here. Bottom. We'll try again. Come on, Shrew Negotiation. Bottom. I guess we just let it go now. Alright. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. Alright, on to game number 2. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Definitely putting a Ruinous Gremlin in the deck here. Burger Smasher are going to be in for Mobile Garrison. And what are we taking out for the Ruinous Gremlin? We take out a Shrew Negotiation. Like, I just don't think they have that many super powerful things, because these decks are generally working on the idea of cheating out creatures like Maverick Thopterist and Bastion Inventor that aren't that impressive on like turn 6 or turn 7, but are pretty impressive on turn 3 when they synergize with your deck. So because that's how our deck works, that's how their deck works, they're going to have a lot of cards like that that aren't fantastic to shrewdly negotiate for. Gonna mulligan here and keep. Bottom. We only have one card that requires double blue, Longfin Skywhale. Let's get this one popping here. Come on. Alright, that's a reasonable card to pitch to Reckless Racer, I mean. This is another spot where if they have the same slow start they did last game, I think they're actually going to die. Because our start is significantly faster than it was last game. I mean, maybe they'll trade, but Waller Automaton's a fantastic card. I mean, I think we got a pretty good amount of the payoff cards, right? We got 2 Sweatworks Brawlers, Thopterist, we got 1 Bastion Inventor, but like no Welder Automatons, no Aether Chasers, no Aether Supers, none of those really solid artifact-themed 2-drops, you know? Huh, do I sense an Aether Trade Wind's coming? I think I sense an Aether Trade Wind's coming, but I'm gonna make the attack anyways. I think I'm just gonna discard a Puzzle Knot. If they want to block here, they can obviously block here, yeah. Not upset with that at all. The question is, do I keep Servo Schematic around to pitch to this, or do I just make an extra 1/1? And I think the answer is that I just keep it around to pitch to Reckless Racer. Could just be getting mana leaked here. Dumb. I mean, what am I going to do? Play around Metallic Rebuke? That's probably like a 1-of in his deck or something. Guess I could have, but I didn't. Alright, come on, Gear Smasher. This at least gives me something to do with the Servo Schematic, let's be honest. So this is another situation we find ourselves in where we're just way down on cards here. Oh wow. This made Servo Schematic so much worse. We could destroy our own Servo Schematic to make a 1/1. I'm obviously trolling. Very clearly a troll there. Ornithopter. That's spicy. Takes some guts to put Ornithopter in your deck. Ooh, Skyskiff. And just another Metallic Rebuke here. So at least our opponent is done with cards, right? They have no more cards in hand. And we have a Chandra's Revolution. All this being said, of course, we're still not ahead. They get to attack for 2 a turn with the Thopters. Okay. They get to attack for 5 this turn, but then it's back to 2 a turn. Yeah, I would really like to draw a Maverick Thopterist of my own. If I do, the game's suddenly tied. But as I said, it seemed to me like they had more like Maverick Thopterist and things like that in their deck than we did in ours. Treasure Keeper, that's a tough one. Alright, I mean, I'm just gonna get rid of it here, I think. Alright, that's reasonable, but for the most part, just gonna, you know, run into our Inventor's Apprentice. Treasure Keeper is just an insane card, by the way. I think people thought it was going to be better in Constructed than it really was. I mean, there's just, or than it really has been so far. There's just no real efficient way to sacrifice it. And 4 mana seems to be quite a lot in this format, right? When you could be playing things like Gideon. So, that's kind of my take on the situation. If we draw a Maverick Thopterist, we're in pretty good shape. If we draw a Longfin Sky Whale, we need actually a blue mana to go along with that, but that's not even a terrible card to draw. But we're going to need something to compete with these flyers here. I really thought that we were just going to be able to kind of get out and run in this game, but that really did not happen as I had expected. Just 2 Metallic Rebukes. Yeah, see, this just doesn't block Thopters, unfortunately, so kind of a liability in this matchup. I guess we could have taken it out instead of the Mobile Garrison. To be honest, Mobile Garrison wouldn't be doing it too much here either. But as always, thank you everybody so much for watching, even if the tournament does end here. I really appreciate each and every one of you watching me, as always. Yeah, so keep in mind, $87 booster box of Amonkhet, if you're into that sort of thing. If you're going to buy a box anyways just to crack and keep, or for standard, or whatever, just, you know, get at me. I mean, I know this could just be a trap, but I have to try to, like, trade off my board here. Just get at me in the comment section down below. We'll work something out. So yeah, so, you know, that's kind of the news. I'm going to try to do a live draft if I can figure it out. Again, the last 2 live drafts I've recorded, I've been looking at the footage and I'm not very happy with them. So, you know, normally I am happy with the footage, of course, but this time I wasn't for some reason, so got to figure out a better way to do that. Maybe they just don't understand this can't block artifacts. Is that what I'm missing? That they don't know that? Ooh, shouldn't have gotten rid of that Ruinous Gremlin. Dang it. Oh, I'm just going to die to this Caravan now. Although I can draw a Shrewd Negotiation. Yeah. Alright, now I'm actually dead to the Caravan, yeah. Because I have to, yeah, alright. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. Sorry about the poor result. I appreciate everybody, as always. See you tomorrow for another good video, hopefully. And, yeah, thanks for watching.